Some days I look around my home and I feel like I'm not doing any of this right. The dishes are done, but somehow there are more. Laundry's folded, but there's another pile already waiting. The floor is swept, but I can still feel it under my feet. And I stand there in the middle of it all, and something in me quietly says, "You are not doing a very good job." It's not loud. It's just there, steady, persistent, like it's been there for a long time. Because from the outside, everything looks fine. The house is functioning, meals are made, the day keeps moving forward. But inside, it just doesn't feel finished. It doesn't feel like enough. I don't think people talk about that part enough. The part where you're doing everything and you still feel like you're falling short. These days I move from one task to the next, without ever stopping, really. Wipe the counter, wash the dishes, start the next thing. And it just tends to blend together. It's not peaceful. It's more of a way that feels like I'm trying to catch up to something I just can't reach. And sometimes I wonder what a good homemaker is even supposed to look like. Is it the spotless house? The perfectly planned meals? Maybe the calm attitude all day long? Because if that's a standard, I miss it more often than I reach it. And when I really sit with that feeling, I start to realize something. Part of it didn't start here. It goes back further than I thought. I grew up in a home where my mom did everything. The cooking, the cleaning, the keeping of the house. It was just how things were. My grandma was the same way. She was a farmer's wife, strong, steady, capable. Her house was always spotless. Everything had its place, and everything was taken care of. I can remember one time I asked my grandpa for a fork. He opened drawer after drawer, cabinet after cabinet looking for it. He had no idea where anything was because Grandma did everything. That was the example I saw. That was what home looked like to me. Somewhere along the way, that became the standard in my mind. The woman who keeps everything in order. The house that always looks right. Perfect. The work that never falls behind. When I was 16, I found myself out on my own. Far away. Still a girl, really. Trying to make it on my own. Trying to figure everything out. I can remember living in a beach house on Cocoa Beach, and I needed to make rent every month. So I found a hot dog cart on the side of the road. I started selling hot dogs on the beach, day after day, trying to make enough to get by. It was hard, not just physically, but mentally. Trying to hold things all together. Still trying to learn how to build a life. Even now, 41 years later, there's still days I feel like I don't measure up, like I'm not doing this right. Not because I'm not trying, definitely not because I don't care, but because that standard, it's still sitting quietly in the background. The spotless house, the woman who does everything perfectly, and the one who never falls behind. I don't live up to that every day. Some days I feel like I'm missing something, like I should be doing more, doing better. I want to be clear about something. I am not complaining. I know what I have, and I know what I've been given. I'm not able to work anymore because of my mental disabilities. I'm so grateful for what we do have. Social Security brings in a little bit. I contribute what I can. But if I'm really being honest, if I had it my way, I would still be working. I made more money. I contributed in a different way, but God had other plans for me. I learned how to accept that, to find my place here in this role. I try to stay busy, keep moving, keep my hands in something. But there's moments, quiet ones, where I wonder, am I really contributing enough? And that's not something I always say out loud, but it is so real. And I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. I know there are women sitting in their homes right now, doing everything they can, and still feeling like it's just not enough. And I never want to come across as ungrateful. That matters so much to me, but I do want to be honest. And because sometimes honesty, that's what reaches someone. Sometimes hearing that someone else feels it too is what makes a person feel less alone. Maybe that's where something begins to shift. Because the voice that says you're not doing enough never actually lets you feel finished. Doesn't matter how much you do, it always moves the line. If the kitchen is clean, it points to the laundry. The laundry is done, it points somewhere else. And I realized something. Maybe the problem isn't that I'm failing. Maybe it's that I'm measuring my day by something that was never meant to be completed. Because a home it's not something you finish. It's something you tend to. And tending, well, it looks different than finishing. Tending means you come back again tomorrow. You do the same things again. You care for what's in front of you, even though it won't stay done. That's not failure. That's the work. And we don't always see it that way, do we? We look at repetition and call it lack of progress. We look at undone tasks. We call it falling behind. But what if this was never about catching up? What if this was about showing up? Because when I step back and I really look at my home, I start to see something different. Not perfection, not completion, but life. A cup left on the counter. That means someone was here. A blanket not folded just right. That means it was used. A floor that needs swept again. That means people walked through it. Suddenly, the things I was measuring as failure start to look like evidence of something else. Something lived in. Something real. Years from now, I am not going to remember if everything was perfect. And I'm definitely not going to remember if the house always looked right. But I will remember what happened inside it. The meals, the quiet evenings, the ordinary days that didn't feel like much at the time, but meant everything later. The walls of a home, they don't just hold things. They hold memory. They hold the life that happens inside them. And that life doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. So on the days when I look around, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I come back to something simple. I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm caring for what's in front of me. And that counts. Even if no one else sees it. Even if it doesn't feel finished. If it doesn't feel like I'm doing it perfect. Because maybe being a good homemaker, it was never about perfection. Maybe it's about faithfulness. The quiet, steady kind. The kind that keeps going. And if today felt like one of those days for you, where nothing felt like enough, and everything felt unfinished, and where you questioned whether you were doing any of this right, I just want to say this. You're not failing. You're doing work that was never meant to be finished. And the fact that you're still showing up, still caring, still tending to your home, oh, that matters more than you think. So if all you did today was keep going, that counts. It really does. And I'll see you next time.